Hey, friends and family, and anybody else who may happen to watch. Hello. um, my transmission blues continue. I've not been able to leave this house for over a week now. Well, not I can walk outside, but I can't go anywhere like you would with your vehicle when it's working properly. Um, um, For those of you who aren't aware, I live in a small rural area called Calnevary, and it's in southern Nevada, and there's not much here. So, no grocery stores. We don't even have a gas station. We do have some stop signs, though. So, for those of you who have ever blinked and missed your drive through Remini, South Carolina, we're bigger than that. Because we got more than one stop sign. So yeah, we have a few, and maybe at least a half dozen stop signs, at least 6 or I think. But I haven't driven the whole little town because I haven't needed to. I mean, there ain't nothing on the backside but more people's houses, and when people live out in an area like this, they like their privacy. So I don't drive around and make people nervous because it makes people nervous if they don't know you or if they don't recognize your vehicle, blah blah blah. But yeah, so stuck here at home, trying to get a little housework done here and there, but that's hard because even though I now have medication for the hypothyroidism, I'm still not up to par in any way, shape, or form. So I poop out quickly. Get a few dishes washed and man, I gotta sit down. That kind of thing. So, and then I called to ask about my POS of a Buick. It's sitting at Arco Transmission. It's in Bullhead City. Somebody was supposed to call me before the end of the day and give me an update. I'd like an idea of what's going on, but they seem to really stink at their customer service is all I can say so far. Nobody has called me back when they said they're going to. That hasn't happened once. It's always me calling them. And that's no big threat. They know I'm over 30 miles away and they got my only vehicle. It's not like I'm just going to show up and be like, hey, fix my vehicle. Do it now. Get it done. What's going on? I can't show up and have a fit and cuss nobody out. I'm at their freaking mercy. This stinks. And Cherokee activated GoFundMe for us because, well, right now I'm over a week, short on money, pay wise, going on 2 weeks here. I'm gonna, by this by the time this gets, I don't even know when it's going to be done. I had a manager at work when I called the other day to check in with them tell me something scary that he had a vehicle that ended up sitting at the shop for a freaking year because they couldn't get the part they needed. I hope that's not the case of Buick transmission parts. Because I can't go a year without a vehicle without being able to work. So it's just crazy. It's insane. It's insane. It just I just nobody's giving me any reassurance from there that it's going okay. I don't know anything about transmission rebuilds. Transmission makes my car go forward and backward. That's what I understand. I mean, and so, yeah, it stinks. You can't. Cherokee's got meds that need to be picked up. I can't get anything, delivered here unless it can come either UPS or FedEx. I don't even get mail straight to the house. The post office don't even deliver out here. So, so anything that, other people are kind of used to being able to take advantage of in well-populated areas, I can't take advantage of that. I can't get her meds delivered to the house here. A friend from church said she might be able to slip by and pick them up for us. So we'll see if that's okay. Shoot. I just, and, we're out of things. Some things food-wise, we're doing okay on other things, that I don't use very often, but things like, milk and sugar and bread and eggs, things that we use more frequently, or you use more frequently and you go through quicker, we're out of that kind of stuff. No milk, no bread, no, well, I got a couple of eggs left, but no sugar. So so sometimes I'm looking at, well, what can I make to eat for us when you don't have certain ingredients and whatnot. And so I was pondering around through the cabinet. I found I had some lasagna noodles, and I technically have spaghetti sauce, and I did have hamburger, in the freezer, but I got no Parmesan cheese. So lasagna was out of the question, but I was like, okay, I got some instant potatoes, and I got ground beef, and I've got some gravy mix, and this lasagna. So, and a little bit of shredded cheddar left in the house. We don't got any left now. But, so, what I ended up making was a, what do you call that? Shepherd's pie. Turkey had to remind me from over there. Shepherd's pie. And some of y'all might be wondering, well, how do you make instant potatoes if you ain't got any milk? Because a lot of like the flake instant potato recipes require milk and butter to make them, but I have some of these in the house, and they're potato gems, and all it requires to make these is hot water, and you ain't even gotta add salt to them. I mean, they actually just water, boil the water, add the potato gems, voila, they're ready to eat, and they're yummy. So that's what I use to make mashed potatoes to go in the potato gems. And yeah, that's like a big old thing. So this one's not open. It's 48 ounces, and so it contains approximately 45 servings. Takes us a little bit to go through a can of those. Um, so yeah, so I made shepherd's pie, and shepherd's pie is one of those things. It's kind of a neat thing because there's a variety of ways to make it. I did the lasagna noodles, some butter, the mashed potatoes, the ground beef, some onion gravy, lasagna noodles, mashed potatoes, ground beef, some onion gravy, lasagna noodles, mashed potatoes, a little bit of the onion gravy, and the shredded cheddar. And and it's one of those things because you like have already cooked everything before you actually put it in the oven. When you put it in the oven to kind of solidify everything together, it only needs to be in the oven at 350 for like 30 minutes. And that's all it took, once everything was said and done. Well, the time in the oven, 30 minutes. Prep and everything all together probably took me an hour and a half, since I wasn't making much from scratch. I mean, I don't have a sack of potatoes to do mashed potatoes from scratch, and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, I was when I finally ate a serving. I found Cherokee had already eaten at least 2 servings. And I had heard her when she said that it was really good, but I was really impressed with how well it came out. So, yay! So, like I said, shepherd's pie is one of those things that can be made with in a variety of ways. Definitely have seen it be just as plain as just potatoes layered with hamburger potatoes. And some people, I used an onion gravy. Some people do the ground beef in like a tomato sauce. So I mean, and I have to say I've never had a bad shepherd's pie. So, but I did really good. So, it's kind of one of the, I guess, kind of the nice things about not having not being at home is having the time to do some cooking. A lot of times I'm between get ready for work, drive to work, be there, my 8.5 hours, half hour break for lunch, and then come home. By the time I come home, I'm just so whooped. I'm too tired to do squat. Um, Sometimes I'm too tired to just I'm just ready to pass out. So, but hopefully the pill for the hypothyroidism builds up in my system a little better, and I get a more normal what do you call it? Back. Mimi's at the front door. I need to go let her in. But thanks for taking the time to listen, share. Like I mentioned, we did open up a GoFundMe because we're going to be on top of what, it's going to cost for fixing the transmission, having it rebuilt. We're also going to be short on just funds just to pay our normal bills. So, and I know it's Christmas and people are not generous at this time of year. This is an awful time of year for something like this to go wrong. But maybe some, in my hope is just like, if enough people donated just $5, that would be a big help. I mean, people band together and come together, good things happen. So that's what I'm hoping for. But anyways, peace in your hearts and in your lives, and I hope whatever you're doing at this time of year, that it's merry and bright, even though it's not merry and bright for me. So, peace.